Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot. Let's start your reading and let us see what is the theme of your reading. What is your reading about? What is Virgo's reading about? Let's see these cards. One or two? We've got two. We've got this card of imagination and adversity. Is your imagination, your thought process, whatever you're creating, is it something which is not, in your favor? In fact, it is, you're creating your own challenges, or you're creating your own difficult situations, or you're creating, situations which are of a conflicting nature, which are, which pose more problems rather than, offer you a solution. Probably, sometimes we get into that zone of imagining the worst, preparing ourselves for the worst, and thereby the mind just keeps creating situations which are, more towards complicating and mm, confusing things rather than giving us a creative solution, right? And that happens when it's either fear or insecurity, and we, the mind just kind of goes on creating something. What's going to happen next, it can become worse. This is more what can happen to make things more difficult for me. That's what I think. You are in a bit of a zone, Virgo, right now. You're probably creating and imagining the challenges for yourself rather than, and that's your ego talking, because the ego is always about fear and insecurity, and just kind of trying to prepare you for the worst, let's say. So let's take a look. Let's see what your reading is about, Virgo. We'll start by looking at the past. See, we've got the Magician. The Magician is a card of creating, and it talks of a person who can create. But let us see what is it that we are creating. However, we have a clue that it is something which is a little more on the adverse side rather than the beneficial side. We have the Hanged Man. I feel it's just that, you're just letting things flow. Whatever your mind is creating, you're just letting it flow, letting it create. We have the Lovers. Three of Cups, I get it, Virgo, for you. And the Ten of Swords. See, in the past, there has been a, you've been wanting to create something with respect to, there's a very strong relationship theme over here, right? You have an idea, you have an inspiration, and you are allowing, you're just it's about another person, a very significant person, and a kind of a conversation you've had with them in the past. All right, or some of you, you've been dwelling on that for a long time, as in, you've had some kind of a conversation with, a person, and it seems to have, put some things to rest, Virgo, right? the, Maybe, it was you were communicating something very difficult, or you were communicating after a very long time. There could have been a lot of, the relationship could have been a little strained, or probably it wasn't happening, but suddenly it did happen. You went with the flow, and at least now, now that you've started talking to somebody, Virgo, you've got that conversation happening. It has put an end to that, let's say, those tough times you were experiencing with them. Okay, so you did create, you allowed things to flow, and at least now you're out of that zone of Virgo, where you're waiting for something like this to happen, waiting to connect with somebody significant. Let's say, if it's not a romantic relationship, then in another one, in another relationship, it could be somebody, very significant. You finally had the conversation, put a lot of things to rest. Okay, and I mean, that was your choice. I feel you chose to have this communication, clear out whatever it is, because we, with the Ten of Swords, it talks of an end to, you know um in this is a card of betrayal. In this particular deck, the Ten of Swords is a card of, betrayal. Let me see what is coming about. In the present, we have the Hermit, Strength, Six of Swords. But having said that, that it is a card of betrayal in this particular deck, but given the combination of cards, it is not about betrayal, it's putting a final end. Alright, because the cards always need to be read with the context. So in this particular context, it's about a final end, a final release, a final end of a situation where probably you were not on talking terms, or there was a lot of rift between you and the other person. At least that phase has finally ended. you know that bit is what I get from this Ten of Swords in context to your reading. In the present, you're finding a way out of a troubled times. You're moving away from them. Maybe the conversation you had has opened up something for you, whereby in the present you are in a better space, though it is requiring strength from your side to continue moving forward. But at least now the old pattern has ended for sure and for good, and you're on to smoother and calmer waters for yourself. This is just the beginning. You've just started this journey, and with the Strength card here, it is taking some courage for you to proceed with in a more amicable manner, or proceed with a more relaxed in a more relaxed environment. We have the Star card and the Page of Wands. So here you are looking quite hopeful, and you are connecting with the universe to continue to guide you on this path, because see here, you do not know where you're going, but you know that this is a better place. Wherever you're going, it seems to be a lot better. You're keeping your faith in your journey. You might not know what lies ahead, but you are looking at guidance from the universe to help you on this journey, to keep your faith, to keep your spirits high, and to trust that wherever it is taking you for your best. With the Page of Wands, it shows your enthusiasm for moving ahead. That's what I feel. Okay, I for some of you, this could be pertaining to you and a child, or you and children as well, where you have been through a difficult phase, and probably you're moving ahead with your children, coming out of tough times. And here things are likely to get better. More energy comes back, more enthusiasm comes back, that spirit, that liveliness comes back. So definitely, Virgo, things are looking up for you, but you're also trusting the universe to help you on this journey. That's for sure. And to continue walking on that path. Strength is required. You have it in you, and it is being used by you to keep going. You keep telling yourself, let me go ahead, this is nice, let me go ahead, this is nice. And the universe is in charge. You're feeling happy walking this path. What's coming up for Virgo? We have the Five of Cups. I kind of, after such a nice reading, it's like going back to something like this. It is that back and forth does tend to happen, because sometimes we just need to physically be out of something, but that emotional baggage, or that mental baggage, probably we need some more time to clear out. Right, it's just like you're out of the woods, but that experience of being in a tough time, that kind of keeps playing on. And that is what I get with this Five of Cups over here. That I mean, you're out of it, but those imprints are still something you're carrying. And that is what this adversity card is. You do feel that though you're out of it, but the challenging phase is not quite over. A little bit of it is still left. You need to, and I think it's more about making peace with what has happened and accepting that. So that's what the Five of Cups is. And you have the Queen of Swords. It's time to cut off all things which make you feel miserable and unhappy, with respect to what has happened. And that is why with this imagination and the adversity card, it is like don't give in to it now, Virgo. Now that you've come out of these tough times, don't go back, don't recreate it, don't build on it. I mean, don't fear, don't not fear, but don't go back and replaying something which has already happened, and bringing that past again into your present. You're out of it. I understand that, that imprint is still there. It takes a little time, but you have this Queen of Swords energy. It's just about focusing your thoughts and putting them on a plane where, you cut off the unnecessary. It's there. She is very logical. She nurtures with her logic. She nurtures with her thought process. She's like, this doesn't serve you, get rid of it. This doesn't work, get rid of it. This is causing a problem, change it. So it's all about doing away with thoughts which do not serve you rather than continuing to hold on to them. See, just I just put the deck the other way, and we have the Devil card here. So this is about you focusing a lot on holding on to those dark days, those dark times, those dark experiences. Though you're coming out of it, Virgo, but your focus still remains over there. Like I said, I do understand that it is difficult, but with the Queen of Swords, her energy is there in you. You have that ability to cut away. So it would be a good idea to shift your energy from being emotional to being practical and logical, and just trying to train your mind in another way. Mind is, everybody has their own very specific mind, which will create something and you will follow. So here sometimes you need to tell your mind that this is what I want to create, this is over. And now, so it's all about you telling your mind something rather than the mind dictating to you and telling you that okay, let's go in this, let's get swept by this, let's focus on this. No, if it's detrimental, you have it in you to cut that off with the Queen of Swords. See, Five of Swords again. See, she is poised between both. Both are feeling miserable, both are feeling unhappy, but you have that power in you, Virgo, to cut those thoughts about what has happened in the past. Don't build on it, because that is what your imagination is doing. Keep your faith. You've got a new road ahead. Focus on that rather than what has already happened. Judgment. See, the cards are saying that this is quite likely to come. The past is going to reopen, but it is for you to see what you do with your past. You want to keep building up the adverse aspects of what you have experienced, or you want to use that energy to finally give it a closure, accept what has happened, and moved on. We cannot negate, or we cannot deny what has happened. It's all about acceptance. It happened, it happened. Life is full of so many events. But the more we give into emotions, the more we hold on to it. Let us be practical. Yesterday does not exist. It came, it gave us what it did, what it could, and now it is over. Don't drag yesterday into today. That is what your message is. Eight of Wands. There is lots, see, this is just going to build up a lot of stress for you. If you keep giving into this, it's very, very, imperative that you cut off all things which are attached to making you feel miserable with respect to the past. The best way, to deal with this is to accept. Whatever comes our way is coming for a reason. We trust the universe that it gave us something for a reason. If we cannot understand it, leave it. But tell yourself that event came, it happened, and it's gone. That's the most practical way. The Queen of Swords looks at things like that, and do away with the past. Avoid, going back to it over and over again, Virgo. That's what it is. Most important for you. Let me get some guidance from the Oracle. What would the Oracle like to tell you? Right? Okay, see, be gentle with yourself. Harsh times are over. They are actually over, Virgo. So let it be. Just let it go. That's what it is. Be gentle with yourself. Don't keep thinking about things which were harsh, which make you sad, which give you regret, which give you pain. You're very important. Be gentle with yourself. Nurture yourself with the promises your present holds. I wouldn't even say about the future, because the future is what you make today. Do the best for yourself today. Be nice to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. If at all you need to create something positive with your imagination, not something which is going to be conflicting for you, which is adverse, which is going to impact you adversely. Right? The choice is yours. However, that's what the tarot is saying. There is a tendency to go down this path. Don't. Be gentle with yourself. Listen to soothing music. Listen to some nice hymns. With the star card over here, connect with the universe. It is going to tell you how to proceed with this as well. Claircognizance. pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. I do feel, some of you who like to listen to hymns, prayers, devotional songs, it would be a good idea. It gives a lot of peace and calm, and surrounds us with gentle energy, which opens up to guidance from your the hidden realm, guidance from your own inner voice, which is going to like tell you something new, tell you something different from what you're already going through. So, and otherwise, those of you who do not want to do that, this card tells you that pay attention to those thoughts and ideas, and then they are going to be answered prayers. Just see what you're dwelling on, what you're building up through your thoughts. Be gentle with yourself, Virgo. It's time to look at a new day for yourself, because you're already out of a tough time. And just be in that energy of present and things getting better. You have it. That's the Six of Swords for you, right? So with that, I'll wrap up your reading. Thanks for watching.